last 3 games, followed by a few questions.
Yeah, well, it's good to see everybody here today. Elion, Gabe, Brooke, and just really appreciative of all the work that you guys have done this season to help and to get this thing going. But we just played 3 games in 5 days. As a matter of fact, our final 6 games, 5 were on the road. So that was something probably new for me, new for our team to have to go through. But, really proud of the last couple of weeks of the way we finished out conference play. It really required every ounce of us to give a lot as we were flying from state to state, it felt like. But to recap on the last 3 games, Eastern Washington last year was that last home game that we had last Thursday. And phenomenal game for our girls. Senior night, so it was an emotional game. I'm glad that we did senior night after the game because there was a lot of emotion. But Eastern Washington, as we knew, is really, really talented, really skilled team. We got up on them early, but they made a run late, and they actually took the lead from us again, and that's the second time that has happened. And no surprise by that happening either because I just think they're really good, really well-coached team. But we found a way. We found a way to make some buckets late, get some stops. Tatum West, if I talk about her for a minute, really almost the last 3 games that we've played with Eastern, Idaho, and then Montana, she's averaged a double-double almost all 3 games. I think she had maybe 10 and 9 or something, one of those games where she had 9 rebounds. So she's playing some of her best basketball right now for us, and that's really encouraging because not only from the rebounding side is she giving us extra opportunities, but she's figuring out ways to score points. I think she went in Eastern's game was at 10 for 10. And then one of the games, she became the all-time offensive rebound leader, single season. So just really proud of the way she's functioning right now and most importantly, her leadership. And then we got to honor those 4 seniors. So that was, as I said, a great time. We had a lot of the families in town. Great to have our president, athletic director, SWA here to kind of show support as well. And just the fans that were able to stay around. And then quick turnaround. So we got up the next morning, jumped on a flight early in the morning, went to Spokane, Washington, but then played a doubleheader in Moscow, Idaho, at University of Idaho. And great game again, low-scoring game, so it was 22-22 at the half. And I would have not have expected to be that low-scoring, but it was. And ultimately, we got into that 4th quarter, and Idaho made a run, and we did not score the ball like we needed to. I thought we had some good looks, didn't make some of those buckets that we needed to really keep that game as close as we had to on the road. And credit to them, they're a very, very good team, skilled team. Obviously just won the Big Sky. So we could be seeing them again down the road. That's not my focus today, but it was just a good road test for us because we're going to be traveling to Boise at some point and going to be in Idaho no matter what to finish this conference play out. So that was a great test. And again, testament to Tatum. And even Gabrielle Fields is playing really good for us right now. I think in big moments, she is making big plays for us and hitting big baskets. So it's great to see how she's kind of culminated throughout her whole career and just finishing up right now, playing some of her best basketball that we've seen. And so then another quick turnaround. Made a 4-hour drive from Moscow to Missoula, Montana, and played Montana last night, University of Montana. And another great game for us. I think we were up by 10 or 11 at half. Got it to 17, and then here comes Montana storming back. And I don't think they ever took the lead, but it was a 1 or 2 possession game late. And we just found a way, and I think that's the most important thing this time of the year is you don't like to give up those leads, and that's something that's, it's a little unsettling from the coaching side, and I would say from the players too. But I think just that we found a way, got those final stops. Nina George hit some big free throws for us to make it a 2-possession game late. It's just incredible, and really proud of the way that we performed here the last couple games, specifically on the road in an environment I have not won at Montana since I've been here. So. Not that it's about me, but just that, our seniors, which means our seniors haven't won either. So, those are just moments that you're trying to, every year be better and elevate what we're trying to do. And so ultimately we finished 3rd place in conference play. Really, what does that mean? The regular season is all about consistency. So we finished in the top 3 and then obviously get ready to play here in Boise in a couple days.
Coach, when you look back at your 22-9 regular season, what are you most proud about this group, and what's been a common trend for this team?
I just think the word I just used, consistency. And so it just takes the right group day in, day out to show up and say, let's just keep getting better. Let's do this thing together. Let's trust each other. Let's stay connected. And we just have that group. They love to be around each other. They love to be in the gym. They're in the coaches' offices all the time. And that translates onto the court. Players that love the game, love each other, love their coaches, and vice versa, with all of us. And so I don't think it's magic. I think some people think it has to be a certain thing, but you just got to have the right people on the bus, and we do. And they really care about this university. They care about having success, and it's been a blessing to coach them.
How valuable was your team's experience in close games this season while preparing for tournament environment?
Yeah, a lot of those close games came early on when we had some of those overtime wins. I think in particular, we've talked a lot about these 3-game seasons because we went to DePaul, played in a tournament there, but then we turned around and went to Arizona. We've already had the first half of conference play. We had 3 games in 5 days. Now we end 3 games in 5 days. If you're going to win a Big Sky championship, at least, in third place seed, you got to win 3 games in 3 days. And so you can't get enough of understanding like how you have to be good for those 3 games, because that's normally how tournaments work for us. So it's invaluable, and you can't script those in practices. It's hard to script those late games, overtime. Somebody makes a big bucket, or you're down 2, you need to make the bucket. So it's been a great experience for our team, and it may come down to that again.
Awesome. Now kind of looking forward to the Starch Madness, I should say. What does postseason basketball demand that regular season doesn't?
Like I said, I think regular season is more about consistency. Postseason now becomes there's a poise, there's a precision, and then there's this tough 40-minute fight that you have to have. And there's probably a lot of other adjectives I could use, but it is literally a 1-game season, and I'm sure anybody can use all the coach analogies. All it is right now for us is Eastern Washington, and that's the only thing that we have in front. Of course, our ultimate goal is to play beyond Boise, right? Not to end it at Boise, but to keep playing deep into postseason play. But right now, you just keep a really small focus on what's in front of you. You do everything to keep your circle tight, avoid distractions. For us today, it's about rest and recovery. When you get up 3:30 in the morning and you get a flight to come back to Greeley or to Denver, it's making sure they stay locked into school and taking care of their bodies. So, but yeah, you don't want to magnify the moment, even though it is different. You're just going to a different location. It's a neutral site. And, it means a little more, I think, to some of the older ones, the seniors that know that this could, one of the games could be the final games. But ultimately, as a team, I think this team has been pretty steady all year long. I'm not getting too high, not getting too low. If you look at across the board, even, finishing in 3rd place, but the teams that we needed to beat, we beat all year long. So we didn't have a lot of hiccups in those areas, and that's just the maturity of our team.
Awesome. And what belief does this group have about itself that outsiders might not see?
Yeah, I think it's tough for me to answer that question for them as a whole. But I think every player is a little bit different. But we've had enough success that I don't think there's any question in what we can do and what we can accomplish. And, at this point of the year with conference play, it's not about seedings. It's not about where you finished in regular season at all. It's just, can we show up and be the best team next Monday night or Monday afternoon, I guess.
Awesome. And how do you want your team to be remembered after this week?
That's a good question. I just, I want our team to be able to showcase what UNC women's basketball is all about. For them, kind of their slogan has just been the word BAM, B-A-M, by any means, that whatever it takes to get the job done, that they were all willing to sacrifice and do that to make sure that the team had success. So, if I'm speaking more on their behalf than from my side, is they do everything right. They represent our university and athletic department with excellence. So I couldn't ask for a better team. But going back to, what you just asked with collectively the belief in the team. I believe that they believe in each other, and that's the most important piece. I believe that they believe in their coaches too. And, you know, I think we just want to finish strong. So when we take our last breath that we said we gave it all, you know, we did everything we could to represent school, university in the program, and we got players that can do that.
I got one more question for you, and I know this is kind of looking pretty far out, but what would it mean to this program to cut down the nets and punch a ticket to the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, that's March 11th. That's March 11th for us. So I think it would mean everything. This athletic department for women's basketball, we've only done that one other time. So, you know, why did I come here to UNC too? There's not tons of banners hanging in our arena. So there's so much, even for our players, you can see some of them moving up in the record books. So much that can be accomplished here, and that's what's exciting. So it would mean everything to our school, our ladies in the program right now, past, present, future. And I probably can't even put into words what it means to have an opportunity to do something like that on March 11th.
Awesome. We got one question here from Ed Delaney. Coach, how do you feel about the seeds for Big Sky Conference tournament?
I don't really have any feelings about the seed. You know, we finished in the top 3, and I think that was the goal as everything started shaking out, is let's just finish in the top 3. You know, we talked to the girls about this too. It's not about who we play. It's just give me a court, give me the squad, and let's go to work. So we play Eastern Washington first. That's only our focus right now, is figuring out how to get better for them. But I think the seed just shows what you did throughout the year. I mean, I don't think you really have control over the seeding or any of that. It's just the body of work that you did throughout regular season.